Ladies and gentlemen, today we're diving into one of the most powerful concepts in personal finance, compound interest. It's not just a buzzword, it's the real deal when it comes to growing your wealth. If you can harness the magic of compound interest, you'll be setting yourself up for a lifetime of financial freedom. This isn't a complicated investment strategy for Wall Street insiders. It's something anyone can do if they understand the rules and stay disciplined. So let's talk about how to grow your wealth with compound interest, and I promise it'll be worth your time. The principles are simple, but their impact can be life-changing if you apply them consistently. Before we get into the how, let's talk about what compound interest actually is. In simple terms, compound interest is the interest you earn on both your initial investment and the interest that accumulates on it over time. It's interest on interest. The longer you leave your money untouched, the faster it grows. Imagine you invest $1,000 at a 10% annual return. In the first year, you earn $100 in interest, so your total becomes $1,100. In the second year, you earn 10% on $1,100, which gives you $110 in interest. Now you're at $1,210. This compounding effect keeps growing exponentially over time. The key here is time and consistency. Albert Einstein reportedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Whether he actually said that or not, the idea stands. Compound interest can work for you or against you. When it's working for you, it's like a snowball rolling downhill, picking up speed and size as it goes. If there's one thing I can't emphasize enough, it's this: start as early as possible. Time is the most critical factor when it comes to compound interest. The earlier you start, the less you have to invest to reach your financial goals. Let me give you a scenario. Imagine two people, Sarah and John. Sarah starts investing $200 a month at age 25 and does it for 10 years, then stops investing entirely at 35. John waits until he's 35 to start investing and puts in $200 a month until he's 65. Who do you think ends up with more money at age 65? It's Sarah. Even though she only invested for 10 years, her money had 30 more years to grow thanks to compound interest. John invested for 30 years, but because he started later, his total is significantly lower. The earlier you start, the less heavy lifting you need to do. Patience and consistency are non-negotiable if you want to see the full power of compound interest. Too many people get excited about investing only to give up after a few years because they're not seeing immediate results. This isn't about instant gratification. It's a long game. Think of it like planting a tree. You don't plant a seed today and expect a fully grown tree tomorrow. It takes years of watering, sunlight, and care. But once that tree is fully grown, it provides shade, fruits, and beauty without much additional effort. The same goes for your investments. Stay the course even during market downturns. Remember, compound interest rewards those who stick around. Markets will go up and down, but over the long term, they tend to go up. 4, focus on long-term investments. Not all investments are created equal when it comes to compound interest. You need to focus on long-term investments that give your money time to grow. This isn't about chasing the latest stock tip or trying to time the market. It's about steady, reliable growth. Think about it: index funds, mutual funds, and retirement accounts like 401ks and IRAs. These types of investments are designed for long-term growth. They might not be flashy, but they're effective. If you keep hopping in and out of investments, you're not giving compound interest the time it needs to work its magic. Remember, time in the market beats timing the market. Now here's the flip side of compound interest. While it's an incredible tool for building wealth, it can be equally devastating when it's working against you. That's what happens with debt. Credit card debt, payday loans, and other high-interest debts are compound interest in reverse. Instead of growing your wealth, they're draining it. If you're carrying a balance on a credit card with a 20% interest rate, you're paying compound interest to the credit card company, and trust me, they're getting rich off it. Before you start investing heavily, make it a priority to get rid of high-interest debt. Once that's out of the way, you'll have more money to invest and let compound interest work in your favor. When you earn interest, dividends, or capital gains, reinvest them. Don't cash them out and spend them on a new gadget or vacation. Every dollar you reinvest will compound and grow even more. Many investment accounts offer automatic reinvestment options. Use them. It's one of the simplest ways to maximize the power of compound interest without any extra effort on your part. You need a roadmap if you're going to get where you want to go. Set clear financial goals and figure out how much you need to invest to reach them. Having a goal keeps you motivated and focused. Do you want to retire early? Buy a house? Build a college fund for your kids? Whatever your goal is, compound interest can help you get there. The key is to be specific and intentional about it. Not all investments compound at the same rate. You need to choose the right ones based on your goals and risk tolerance. Some of the best options for leveraging compound interest include 401 and 403 plans, especially if your employer offers a match. Roth and traditional IRAs for tax advantage growth. Index funds and mutual funds for diversification and long-term growth. Dividend reinvestment plans to automatically reinvest dividends. Each of these vehicles has its own pros and cons, so do your research and consult a financial advisor if needed. Diversification is another key to making compound interest work for you. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different asset classes to reduce risk and increase your chances of steady growth. A well-diversified portfolio might include stocks, bonds, real estate, and even some alternative investments. The goal is to create a balance that aligns with your risk tolerance and financial goals. Finally, stay disciplined. Emotions and investing don't mix well. When the market takes a dip, it's tempting to panic and sell everything. Don't do it. Remember, compound interest rewards those who stay in the game. Trust the process. Stick to your plan. Keep investing, even when it feels uncomfortable. Over time, you'll see the results. Compound interest isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a get-rich-slow strategy that works every time if you give it enough time and stay consistent. The earlier you start, the more patient you are, and the more disciplined you stay, the greater your results will be. So, start today. Even if it's just a small amount, get the ball rolling. Your future self will thank you for it. Remember, the magic of compound interest is in your hands. Use it wisely and watch your wealth grow beyond what you ever thought possible.